this video, I'm going to explain why I believe that full body sessions are way more effective than body part splits. What's going on, boys and girls? TJ here, back again with another video, and in this video I'm going to discuss, as I said in the intro, why I believe that full body sessions are superior to your typical bro splits where you're doing chest Monday, shoulders Tuesday, legs Wednesday, etc, etc, etc. Before I do that, I do just want to talk to you quickly about why I haven't been uploading videos. There's a few reasons for that. I think January kind of burnt me out. And I've been really super busy with my online clients, with actually training people, and obviously people that pay me and put bread in the fridge. Who puts bread in the fridge? Are the ones that are gonna that's gonna take priority over doing these YouTube videos that I'm essentially making for free. And then to add to that, I think what's happened is I've put my videos almost on a pedestal with the editing and with the production. I want them to be really good videos that look really slick, and I'm almost a perfectionist at that. And then that gets added to when I see that the videos that I do that are trying to be informative, like the deload ones and ones explaining the nuances of training, don't get as many views as the daily vlogs and stuff. And I enjoy doing the daily vlogs. I'm going to get back to it, but I actually really have enjoyed these last 3 weeks of just going into the gym and training on my own. I feel like sometimes taking this camera with me or recording it on my phone for Instagram or for the likes or doing whatever, it almost ruins the, the sanctity, the pureness, the purity of just real good hard training. So my training's gone well. There is going to be a vlog series coming up because I've got something finally to get towards. Rugby season has started. I'm not quite where I want to be in terms of my playing, and that's because I've had a year and pretty much 2 years out of playing. So I will bring those back in. I will bring the vlogs back in, but expect to see more videos where I'm just sat down with perhaps the trusty whiteboard, or I'm doing something where I'm explaining some of the nuances of training, because I feel like those are more important than just following me around. And I will do the vlogs and I'll do all of that, but I just feel like for me to do what I want with this channel, I need to do what I started this channel for, and that's to provide you guys with as much information. Also, thank you that I'm now over 1,500 subscribers. That's great. I think we should move on to exactly what I'm doing with the video. Okay, so full body training sessions versus body part splits. Why did I get into this question? Why do I feel it's important? I feel it's important because I get asked all the time. Probably the most common question I get asked is about training programs, and someone will send me a program and they'll have your typical bro split, chest, back, legs, yada yada yada, or they'll do a push-pull legs, and that's the case with this one because I got asked specifically by Joe Sykes. Oh, it's just Joe Sykes is his name, and he asked me, he slid on into my DMs there, and he said, can I have a look at his program or see what was particularly wrong with his push session, or how he would improve it. So he told me he only trains 3 times a week, so he's almost forced to do a push-pull legs split. So this is Joe here, he's person 1. Okay, so say he trains Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday he does all his push movements. Wednesday he does all his pull movements, so back movements basically, and a bit of arms. And then on Friday he does all of his leg movements. Now, what I would suggest, the first thing I suggested to him, rather than change the nuances of that particular session, is that he should do full body session. So this is TJ Joe. We've got normal Joe and TJ Joe, and TJ Joe is doing 3 full body sessions a week. Now, the reason that I suggest this is simple.
You give yourself way more chances to grow and get stronger.
So to explain that further, I'm just going to jot down how many sets Joe does in his push session for chest. 5 sets on chest press, 2 sets of press ups, single arm press. We're going to add that. I'm not sure if it was full body. So he's got 3 different chest movements that he does. He does 5 sets, 2 sets, and 3 sets. That's a total of 10 working sets on chest. So we're looking at this purely from a growth point of view. I can get into a bunch of different reasons why you wouldn't want to do it for like learning power movements and Olympic lifting, yada yada yada, but we're looking at this simply from a point of view where you want to go to the gym and you want to gain muscle as best as you can, or gain strength as best as you can. So here, Joe's done 10 sets for session 1, okay, because that's his push session. He's then not going to do any chest on session 2 because that's his pull session. He's not going to do any sets on session 3 because that's his leg session. So he has to wait the whole week. So for the whole week he gets 10 sets in. So we're looking at, if we think about every single set being a chance to grow, that's what Joe's got. He's got 10 chances or 10 sets working that muscle. Now, if he was to switch to a full body session, he could split these movements up over the week. So he could do his first 5 here, and then he could do his 2 here, and he could do his 3 here. So he's still got 10 sets over the week. He's still training the same volume, but think about this, okay? This session, these 2 sets here are gonna be much stronger because he's not fatigued from the earlier session. He's had 2 whole days to recover from these 5 sets, which should be fine because it's only 5 sets. He's then recovered. He's then in a perfect position to hit more weight with these 2 sets. He then has another 2 days to recover. He's then in a position to hit more weight with these 3 sets. It really is as simple as that. The more frequency you get, the fresher you are for the beginning, because you're always going to train those first movements for each body part. They're going to be your strongest, okay? So it's never the last movement where you're strongest. You're always going to be fatigued by that point. So you want to train as much as you can in a stronger state, which is accomplished by full body workouts. You can even do this if you're training 5 times a week, and I'll show it here. So here's an example of how you can even train 6 times a week, and we're just going to look at chest, okay? We're going to ignore all the other body parts because they're all going to have their ups and downs. But say we've got chest, okay? We're going to start on Monday with 3 real heavy sets, but because they're heavy, they're not going to be too high in reps. That means there's not going to be as much mechanical tension. It means we're working more strength. Means that we're not going to be too fatigued for tomorrow's session or for Tuesday's session, where we're going to get another 2 sets in here. We're not going to do any chest on Wednesday. We're just going to concentrate on legs, back, even triceps or shoulders, whatever. We're not going to hit chest on Tuesday. I'm not going to do any horizontal pushing. But then on Thursday, because we've had that rest, we get an extra 3 here, and then we can even do 1 here and 2 here, because if you're only doing 1 extra set, maybe it's like a set of max push-ups, something like that, that's not going to be too fatiguing, but it's still going to be volume through the chest. And here we've hit 11 sets, working sets of your pectoral muscles, and we've managed to give ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 opportunities to grow as opposed to just 1. Now, obviously your total volume in each session is going to be lower, but because you're giving yourself more and more and more stimulus, it's giving yourself the most amount of chances to grow. Frequency is just as important as sets and reps, if not more important. So think about how often you can hit a certain body part each week, and think about how maybe training full body can give you more gains than training just different body parts. Okay, so that's the main gist of why I believe full body sessions are better, but let's give you 4 more reasons why I believe they're superior. I haven't actually planned this, I'm just gonna think of them off the top of my head. Number 1, okay, you're not gonna be as fatigued throughout the week. So if you're training rugby, or even, especially if you're in season, okay, and you hit up a big leg session where you hit 15 plus sets of different leg movements, your legs are going to be really fatigued. That's going to make it really hard to recover, especially if you've got a game. But even if you've got a training session or you've got things where you need to run about, you can't be dealing with that much drop. So if you can split those 12 to 15 sets up into different sessions, your legs aren't going to be as fatigued, and you can get in your training rugby wise, or you can get in any sort of other training and not feel as sore, but you're still getting that volume needed to grow. Number 2 is that it's easier to train full body movements, things like deadlifts, power cleans, things like that that require the whole body to do, often just get ignored when we're doing body part splits because you can't categorize them. And I see a lot of people doing deadlifts on a back day, when your back really doesn't do anything in a deadlift, it's pretty much all legs. Now that's great, because guess what? It gives you more stimulus for the legs. It adds it, if you're only training legs once a week, if you're doing deadlifts on back day, you're training legs twice a week. So that's good, but you can see here why if you're doing full body sessions, you can add in full body power movements, and it's just that much easier to do. Number 3 is that you get more frequency of lifts that you need to improve upon. So say for example, you're technically not very good at the bench press, you're a bit wonky, you're all over the place, not sure where to put your grip in. If you're only training bench press once a week, that means you don't get that much opportunity to practice that skill. It means you do it, you maybe get into the groove of it by the end of the session, but then you have to wait another week and then you have to get back into the groove of it again. If you train 3 times a week using the bench press, guess what? Your technique is going to be that much better. It probably would have been a better example if I'd have used the squats, because that's a bit more technical than bench press.
And finally, for number 4 is that you can train for different goals more effectively.
So by that I mean you can train specifically one session at strength, one session targeting power, one session targeting hypertrophy, and one session training endurance, etc, etc, etc. When you're doing body part splits, you can't really do this. You have to train all different systems and different goals in the same session. So you have to first train power, which was supposed to be nice and fresh for, so maybe you train that at the start, then you train strength, but by the time you finish doing your strength and then your hypertrophy stuff, the power work gets a little bit diminished because you're doing that many sets, and the chest ends up being fatigued, or the body part ends up being fatigued. If you're really trying to get good power work, make gains power wise, you can't be feeling that muscle getting too fatigued. You have to try and focus on each goal for that session. So if you're doing full body, you can do 1 power day, 1 strength day, 1 rep day / hypertrophy day, and you can rotate through those using different body parts at a time. So that way each body part gets the full effect of training for that goal, and then you get the benefit. Okay, that's all 4 points. That's the video, guys. It was probably longer than I anticipated because I wanted to keep it simple, but then I got carried away myself. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoy this style of content, please give it a thumbs up. These are the videos that are going to be my bread and butter. I am going to keep the vlogs, I'm going to keep the training session reviews, they're going to come back. But these sessions, I feel, or these videos, I feel are more important for you guys if you're really going to get some information and understand why I do what I do in the training sessions. Even I explain it, the key principles are going to be explained by these like whiteboard type videos. If you're new here, please click on the old subscribe button. Ask any questions about full body / body part splits in the comments below. Let me know what you currently do and why, because if you can justify it, that's fine by me. If you have any other questions that I will want me to answer in future videos, again, comment them in below. And if you haven't liked it yet, why haven't you liked it yet? Please go and give it a thumbs up. Just click that button, helps a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next video.